Hi, this is Ableton Certified Trainer Keith Mills for Quantise courses, and today I'm making a video to show you how to quickly create your own percussive loops and variations using loops provided in professional sample packs. So the track that we're going to be working on today is this one. And what I've done is selected a series of percussive loops. Now, these have all come from a Loopmasters pack, which is the Steve Lawler artist pack. Some really great loops in here, and you can find all the ones used in this project in the percussive folder inside the drum loops. Now, what I've done is deliberately selected a series of loops that contain predominantly just percussive samples without a shaker on the top or some sort of atmospheric bed or lots of reverb, because we're going to be chopping these up and we don't want quick blasts of thick atmosphere or busy shaker patterns because it will sound a bit weird. And you can use this technique on just tops, loops, shaker patterns and so on, but it normally gets the best results if you do focus on having 4, maybe 5 loops at a push that contain fairly clean hits. So let's have a listen to these. Now the other thing I did whilst browsing was made sure I had the track playing and I was listening out, not really for rhythm, that's not the main concern, but just in case any of the timbres or keys of any of the instruments, the percussive hits, were clashing with anything that may be going on in the track already. And I'm quite happy with the timbres, I think they're working well. So the next thing to do is create a chopped up loop that consists of all 4 of these clips. So I'm going to highlight all 4 by holding down Shift. Then we're going to go into the follow actions, type in 0, 0, 2 and select any. So what's going to happen now is that every 1/8 of a bar, a new clip will be launched. And it could be any one of the 4, including the one that was previously playing. Now, one issue that we have with that is that by default, this is set up so that each clip will be launched from the beginning. So we'll get the first 1/8 of these 4 clips cycling over randomly. So to avoid that, we can turn on legato mode, and that means that as each clip is launched, it will start playback from where the last one left off. So to explain that again, if I click play, if I launch this first clip, it will play for an 1/8 of a bar. Then Live will randomly select one of these 4 to start playing, and that one will start playing from an 1/8 of a bar in. And then after an 1/8 of a bar, Live will randomly select another clip and that will start playing 2/8 of a bar in. So we constantly get the loops cycling over and we get different hits instead of just the first hit of each of these loops. So let's have a listen to this in action. And I'm going to now record this straight over onto the arrange page. So you can see each of these clips has been fired off in a random order. And let's actually play this back so we can hear it in action. Get the back to arrange button pressed, and you can actually hear this with the track now. And obviously it's too random. It's just like a group of percussionists doing their own thing, and it's just a bit too much. So the way we're going to get around that is highlight the entire selection of what we've recorded, hit Command J and we'll consolidate it into one large audio file. So what we're going to do now, in fact we don't need the view at the bottom, the detail view there, is move this along. I'm going to select part of the track that doesn't have this white noise blast, loop up one bar, and then obviously we're going to get a loop instead of something random. So the first one sounds like this. Let's have a listen with the track. So that's not too bad, that works. If it doesn't work, or if you just don't like that particular loop, it's very easy to go into the clip view. I'm going to right click and select quarter notes for the grid division. And we can just move the start marker along. And if you look up in the arrange page, you'll see the waveform cycling along. So we could start anywhere else that we like. That's quite nice. Let's just run with that. If we drag the clip in and then duplicate that over, we can go to the end of this second bar, and I'm going to change the grid resolution to 1/8. Slice this using Command E, turn the loop on, and I can now move this around to select a different hit. And again, you can see that in the arrange page, just so we get a slightly different flavour at the end here. That's not too bad. Let's move on. Duplicate. This time I'm going to select a slightly larger portion at the end, like so. Let's go for something a bit more interesting here. See how that sounds. And so on. And you can continue out throughout the project, duplicating, changing the end to give yourself some interesting fills and variations in there. So that is a very quick way of putting your own stamp on the samples that you may find in sample packs. And as always, I hope you enjoyed the video, and any comments are very welcome. Take care.